up, though? Welcome back to Talk Big T. Today we're gonna talk about the Mike Tyson fight. You know what I'm saying? About what happened over the weekend. Hope everybody Thanksgiving was well. Let's get into it. Before we get into all that mess, let's talk about the star of the show, Nate Robertson.
Oh shit!
Dog, what a performance, man. Can we clap it up for him? What a performance that he put on. You know what I'm saying? He went out there and, he made us look bad. I ain't gonna hold you up, man. The thing that was so bad about the knockout was the fact that he was talking a lot of junk. So I heard, because, I wasn't really following the whole situation. I just was looking forward to the Mike Tyson Royce Jordan Jr. fight. So I didn't really know anything about none of the undercard. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who was fighting, who else was fighting. I didn't even know it was other people fighting. I just figured it was just Mike Tyson and Roy Jones just going out there slugging it out. But then I see this fight, and I gotta say, man, I was let down because I honestly don't care for Jake Paul, and it's not nothing in particular that he done to me or nothing like that. I just don't care for none of his YouTube videos and the content that he put out. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care for that. So when I seen these two was fighting, I thought it was weird. I was like, what? Hold on, they fighting? I didn't even know they was fighting. Maybe y'all know. Let me know in the comments below. Cause I didn't know that they was supposed to be fighting. You know what I'm saying? But man, when I tell you that that was probably like the highlight of the whole fight. Not even a highlight, because it was just like a big, I guess an upset, because a lot of people assume that he was just going to win because, you know what I'm saying, he's an athlete, he's a basketball player, and a lot of people think that boxing is easy. Boxing is not easy, man. That's a hard sport, especially if you don't do it. I don't care how in shape you are. If you're not conditioned to box, you're going to go out there and look like a fool. And, man, ask Nate, man, he probably going to wish he could rethink the thing.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Wish that he could have got some boxing lessons or something, because he went out there and made a fool of himself, man. A complete jackass. And I gotta say, man, I feel bad for the guy. A lot of people feel like he got what he deserved. I feel bad for the guy, man, because, I mean, it didn't even look like a close fight at all. I mean, Nate looked so out of his element, the way he was throwing them punches and all that stuff. And people don't comment on none of that. But, man, when I tell you he's probably going to be the meme of the year, like, we're closing out the year in a bad way. And this is just the icing on the cake, in my opinion, because now we going to get flooded with nothing but memes about Nate. So many different memes. And I guarantee this going to last all the way up into 2022. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy went out there and, I mean, just look at all the memes, man. I'm about to pop them up on the screen. All the memes that he got going on. Like, so many different memes and just ongoing memes, and just like, golly, man, I feel bad for the homie, man. I feel bad for the homie. Like, Buddy went out there and thought he was going, I don't know what he was thinking, dog. I don't know what he was thinking. He just got embarrassed, you know what I'm saying? He took Paul, he took him lightly, you know what I'm saying? He didn't pay attention to it, and then Nate was out of his weight class, you know. So that's another reason that a lot of people didn't notice that with boxing. That's why they got weight class, because my man's Jake Paul, he 6 foot, probably like 250. I mean, come on, man. Like, he got reach on him, he got weight on him. Like, it's different. It's a difference, man. You can't just throw two opposite fighters on two different weight classes in the same ring and think a different outcome was gonna come, because, I mean, if you didn't know that, then you don't watch boxing at all. Even though they both amateurs, I know for a fact Jake practice, or he does some type of boxing or some type of conditioning. You know what I'm saying? I seen it a couple times on his YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? I guess Nate didn't see it because he went in there blindfolded. You know what I'm saying? Like what my man's Kevin Hart say.
She wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready, man. Like, dog, he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And now I feel bad, because this was not just a L for Nate. It's kind of a L for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got little Billy, he going outside and he gonna see Jerome and think he can knock Jerome out. You know what I'm saying? So now we got all this we gonna have to deal with. You know what I mean? So let's get into the actual Mike Tyson fight. You know what I'm saying? Now we got that out the way. You know what I'm saying? Now we got the juicy stuff out the way. Let's get into the Mike Tyson fight. The Mike Tyson fight was good in my opinion. A lot of people say they was doing a lot of wrestling and like they wasn't you know what I'm saying, throwing power punches like that, but as we all know, they wasn't they signed some type of contract where they couldn't knock each other out. And you know, you could tell that there was kind of, if you were a fan of boxing or know anything about boxing, if you could tell by their posture and about by some of the punches they were throwing that they was pulling some of their punches so they wouldn't knock each other out. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta say, man, I think they did a good job. I think they put on a good show. For two 50-year-olds, man, they looked good. I'm sure that they can knock either one of us out, you know what I'm saying, with no problem. So them getting in the ring at 50, I gotta say, man, that was real commendable that they got out there in the ring and they was able to, you know what I'm saying, hold their own, and they both went the distance. Even though they Roy Jones Jr. was looking a little bit more tired than Mike Tyson, they went the distance with no problem, and Ron Jones Jr. was still able to move in the ring like how he used to a certain extent, man. So, like I said, you gotta applaud those guys. They put on a good fight, and I'm interested to see if they're gonna do a round, not a round two, but a sequel to this, or if Roy Jones is gonna fight somebody else, or if Mike Tyson gonna fight somebody else. I kind of want to see Mike Tyson versus Holyfield again. You know what I'm saying? This might be the third fight, but I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments below who would y'all want to see, like out of the legends or the old fighters, who would y'all want to see going to fight or about, you know what I'm saying, an exhibition match. I also feel like if you had to decide a winner, like a clear off winner, I would say Mike Tyson won the bout, you know what I'm saying? They said it was a draw. I feel like they were just being, you know, cool or whatever. I guess you could say it was a draw to a certain extent, but it's some of the rounds that you could see clearly that Mike Tyson won. Like, I feel like Mike Tyson won the first round with no problem. The second round as well. I think I might give Roy Jones Jr. the sixth round. That might have been a round where Roy Jones Jr. had like connected in the face with Mike Tyson. I think it was the sixth or the fifth round. It could have been one of those rounds where he was connecting in the face, but other than that, I feel like Mike Tyson took all the other rounds. So when they say it was a draw, I was kind of taken back, like, a draw for real? Come on now, that wasn't no draw. And I like how you could see that they had a lot of respect for each other as fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like they had a lot of respect for each other, and like they was giving each other praise. You know what I'm saying, after the fight. You know what I mean? And I thought that was real dope. You know. Thank you for watching. With that being said, God bless and peace.